K94.5, the number one hit music channel. We are the Morning Madhouse, and we are getting ready only a few weeks away from Brew. Now, this is definitely festival season in the Ark-La-Tex because it just seems like there's one after another. But Brew just kind of stands out for the rest of them. Me and my wife, we went last year, and it's a blast. It's one of the largest beer festivals in the area, and it's coming up on the 14th?
The 14th from 2 to 6 p.m. And then, of course, we have the kind of a preview thing the night before down at Festival Plaza called Brew Bash, which is a burger cook-off.
Yeah, now, I missed that last year.
Right. It was our first year last year. It's sponsored by Reinhardt Food Service, and we made it part of this to kind of get everybody warmed up.
Now, let's talk burgers for a second. Now, is this one of those things where people coming, maybe they're not competing, but they still get to taste the burgers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When you come in, you'll get a token or something like that to vote for your favorite burger. So
everybody gets to there are 8 participants, and 4 of them are cooking burgers, and 4 of them are cooking barbecue, and so you get to taste everything. So basically, for your 8 tickets, you get a quarter of a burger. So you get a whole hamburger and then a whole barbecue sandwich or whatever.
Are these local restaurants competing or local individuals competing?
It's both. It's food service providers, people like that, restaurants and caterers. Things like that. And then there's also a couple of people who just, like to do the circuit of food contests.
And that's Friday night. That's the night before.
The 13th.
Right. And then the big night, the big day, the big afternoon is Brew on Saturday. And it's so much more than just a beer festival. There's a lot of things going on, live music, and then a whole bunch of other vendors out there as well.
We've got Brew opens at 2:00 and we go to 6, and we've got over 150 beers for people to taste, 60 of which are home-brewed beers, and that you will never taste anywhere else. And they're unique and fun, and the homebrewers get really creative with naming them, with brewing them. And then we have other craft beers and things that you'll only be able to taste at Brew, because some of our local vendors, local breweries are doing one-offs, which is just a certain batch of beer that's brewed for Brew. We got Old Whiskey Revival on the stage.
I love them.
Great
and
band.
And then, of course, we got local restaurants. So we'll be feeding you a little bit in between as well.
And there's a lot of activities that you can be doing while you're there. I remember last year they had a bunch of games, cornhole, and then there was a giant Jenga. Brandon cheated. There, of course, you're not going to miss any college football because there's
big
TVs
screens everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's now there was one thing I was wanting to ask you about. I noticed there were 2 different lines coming in last year. What are the differences?
Well, there's a VIP line, and that's people who are maybe table sponsors, or
sponsors of the event, and they may get certain amount of tickets due to their sponsorship, and so those people get in about 10 minutes early to taste first.
Oh, okay.
And, so there's
Grab
a separate
their
line
seats.
for them. Yeah. And then the regular ticket holders are in the other line. But it moves pretty fast. The first couple of years when it was all new and we were still working out the kinks, it kind of wrapped around the building. It seemed to stay there a while, but it moves pretty fast now.
And this year, once we get the VIPs in, and that line is not long ever, then we'll start moving people from one line to another. So you don't have to wait in line very long.
Right.
Now, for someone that's never been to a beer festival before, for someone that's never been to Brew, how much does the beer cost when you get into the gate, when you get inside?
Well, your ticket price covers your beer. So it is 4 hours of a 4-ounce pour, and you get to take the glass. And
they're good glasses.
Yeah,
they're made specifically for beer.
And so you taste for 4 hours. And a 4-ounce pour is a pretty good amount of beer. And so our ticket price is $70. Of course, if you want the Friday night thing, those are $15. But if you buy both of them, it's $80. So you get a little break on that. But yeah, so $70 and you're tasting beer for 4 hours and eating from local restaurants.
Yeah,
so
we've got 10 restaurants that are, and El Dorado always does a incredible spread. I mean, they have food like you wouldn't believe, and the music and the TVs, and we've been lucky with our weather. I'm gonna knock on wood, and it's like a beautiful fall day. Everybody wants to be outside on this day, whether it's a little bit warm or a little bit cool. It's just a great day to be outside and mingling and seeing all your friends.
Now, one of the things I would say, I hear from people that have never been to something like this before. They see the $70 and they're just like, that's a little steep. But you got to remember, it's all you can drink for 4 hours, all you can eat for 4 hours.
Absolutely.
So it's completely worth it. I would suggest something, though. I've been to a few of these. When you come, it's always a good idea. Yes, there is free food and a lot of vendors around, but when you're having all the beers and everything, something I always like doing, and I did last year, I'll probably do it again this year, is I make a necklace with pretzels. A pretzel necklace.
Oh, yes, I remember. I saw you there. Yeah, I saw that last year.
That's a good idea.
The pretzels, it cleanses the palate, so you're actually savoring each beer that comes along.
There you go. You could sell those probably.
That's a great idea.
I like that. I like that.
We have peanuts too. You know, those roasted peanuts on all the tables, so they cleanse your palate somewhat. But
I know
they get in your teeth. So
I know y'all are busy getting ready for everything coming up. One last time, where can people find more information and buy tickets?
ShreveportBrew.com.
It's pretty simple.
Buy
Very
tickets for
easy.
both of the
You can
events right there. And we also have a list of all the beers and the home brewers. So all the information is there. It's easy breezy, ShreveportBrew.com.
And we're adding to the list all the time. Some people are quicker to get those lists to us. But so if you go on and you don't see a certain beer, it just give us a week and we'll get it there.
And obviously, before anyone asks, this is a 21 and up event. Brew is 21 and up. So
absolutely,
right.
yeah. We check IDs on the way in. So no fake IDs. No trying to pull the wool over our eyes. We got to comply.